What if I told you that the first 60 minutes of your day could change your entire life forever? Imagine waking up tomorrow and knowing exactly what you want, taking action immediately, and feeling unstoppable from the very moment you open your eyes. What if the habits you practice right now could shape the person you're going to become? Not next year, not next month, but starting today. What if every challenge, every setback, and every distraction could actually become a stepping stone toward your biggest goals? If you just started with the right mindset this morning, stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the exact morning principles that successful people live by every day, and how you can use them to transform your life faster than you ever thought possible. Starting each morning with a clear purpose is not merely a motivational cliche. It is the foundation upon which success, discipline, and fulfillment are built. When you wake up and immediately grasp what you intend to achieve, your mind, body, and actions align toward a single point of focus. Without this clarity, your day drifts aimlessly, leaving you vulnerable to distractions, indecision, and wasted energy. A clear purpose acts as a compass, guiding every thought, decision, and movement you make. It transforms routine tasks into deliberate steps toward a larger goal, giving even mundane actions meaning. Human nature is such that when we know the why behind our efforts, we find energy and determination to overcome challenges that would otherwise seem insurmountable. Clarity of purpose brings an inner discipline that replaces reliance on fleeting motivation. Motivation comes and goes, often triggered by external circumstances, but purpose is intrinsic, rooted in an understanding of your long-term vision and the life you want to build. When you rise each morning knowing exactly what you're working toward, your mind subconsciously prioritizes actions, filters distractions, and recognizes opportunities that align with your goal. A morning without purpose is like setting sail without a destination, leaving you at the mercy of the currents of life. The simplicity of starting with purpose lies in its transformative effect on decision-making. Choices that might otherwise consume hours of energy become straightforward. When you have a clear objective, you can measure everything against it. Does this action move me closer to what I want, or is it a diversion? Purpose becomes a natural sieve, allowing only the most meaningful and productive activities to reach your focus. Beyond efficiency, purpose fuels resilience. Challenges are inevitable, but when your actions are tied to a deeper meaning, setbacks are reframed as temporary hurdles rather than permanent failures. Purpose inspires persistence and fortifies patience, enabling you to endure the necessary grind without losing sight of the ultimate reward. The power of clarity extends beyond professional or material goals. It nurtures personal growth, relationships, and mental well-being. Individuals who begin their day with intention are more likely to cultivate gratitude, mindfulness, and confidence. By consciously defining the reason behind your daily efforts, you align not just with outcomes, but with the values that give life significance. The mind is naturally restless, but purpose anchors it. Visualization, planning, and self-talk become sharper tools, guided by an unmistakable understanding of what matters. Each morning spent in this practice strengthens the mental pathways associated with focus, discipline, and strategic thinking. Over time, the cumulative effect is profound, creating a life where decisions feel easier, actions feel directed, and achievements feel inevitable. Those who master the habit of starting their day with a clear purpose rarely find themselves reacting to life, they create it. Taking immediate action every morning is the difference between wishing for success and actually achieving it. Many people spend their days planning, dreaming, and thinking about what they want to accomplish, yet they never move beyond the mental stage. Action transforms ideas into reality and separates those who achieve from those who merely hope. The moment you rise in the morning, you have a unique opportunity to set the tone for the entire day. Hesitation allows doubts, distractions, and fears to creep in, weakening resolve and delaying progress. Immediate action, no matter how small, ignites momentum and creates a psychological drive that propels you forward. The human mind responds to movement. When you begin doing, energy flows and your confidence builds. Procrastination, on the other hand, drains energy, feeding uncertainty and inaction. Each morning offers a fresh start, a blank slate on which action writes your achievements. The simplest acts, making your bed, completing a small task, writing a plan, generate a sense of accomplishment that compounds as the day unfolds. Small steps taken consistently become powerful habits that shape your character and define your outcomes. Action is not merely about speed, it is about disciplined, intentional movement toward goals. Waiting for perfect conditions or ideal circumstances often leads to indefinite delays because life is unpredictable and rarely perfect. Those who embrace immediate action understand that progress is forged in imperfection and consistency outweighs flawless execution. Immediate action also strengthens decision-making. When you commit to acting, you train your mind to assess situations quickly, prioritize what matters, and adapt to changing circumstances. Inaction fosters overthinking, doubt, and fear, while action generates clarity, insight, and learning through experience. Every morning spent acting decisively builds resilience and confidence, because each step, even if it leads to mistakes, teaches valuable lessons and accelerates growth. Momentum is self-reinforcing. Once action begins, it becomes easier to continue, and even challenging tasks feel more manageable. Immediate action cultivates a mindset of ownership and responsibility, where you recognize that your results are the direct outcome of what you do, not what you hope or plan to do. Opportunities rarely wait, and fortune favors those who move while others hesitate. By starting your day with deliberate action, you harness the early hours when focus is sharpest and distractions are minimal. Action inspires energy, creativity, and problem-solving, because doing activates the brain in ways thinking alone cannot. Over time, the habit of taking immediate action transforms your entire approach to life, embedding a natural drive to pursue goals relentlessly, respond quickly to challenges, and convert intentions into tangible results. Those who master the art of acting decisively in the morning develop a rhythm where progress becomes inevitable, and the distance between dreams and reality steadily diminishes. Focusing on positive habits each morning is one of the most effective ways to shape your life, because the routines you perform consistently define the person you become and the results you achieve. Habits are the silent architects of success, working behind the scenes to either elevate your life or drain your potential. When you consciously choose to build positive habits in the first hours of the day, you establish a foundation that influences every action, decision, and interaction that follows. The mind is particularly receptive during the morning, a time when distractions are minimal and your energy levels are fresh, making it the perfect opportunity to cultivate behaviors that reinforce discipline, focus, and growth. Positive habits range from physical routines such as exercise or stretching to mental practices like journaling, meditation, or goal review. Each habit acts like a small investment, compounding over time into remarkable results. The key is consistency. Repeated positive actions build neural pathways that automate success-oriented behavior, reducing reliance on motivation or willpower. When the morning is anchored in habits that uplift and empower, it creates a ripple effect that touches the entire day. Instead of reacting to circumstances, your habits provide structure and guidance, enabling you to navigate challenges with clarity and calm. Focusing on positive habits also strengthens character, because habits are not just actions but reflections of values and priorities. A person who consistently dedicates time to learning, planning, and self-care demonstrates self-respect and intentionality, which naturally attracts opportunities and like-minded people. Habits eliminate decision fatigue, because once a beneficial behavior is ingrained, it becomes automatic, freeing mental energy for more complex or creative thinking. Moreover, positive habits build momentum. Completing a single intentional act in the morning, such as reading a chapter of a book or completing a focused task, triggers a chain reaction of productivity and confidence that carries throughout the day. Negative habits, in contrast, slowly erode focus, energy, and potential, often without immediate awareness. By consciously choosing positive behaviors at the start of the day, you prevent distractions, procrastination, and unproductive tendencies from taking hold. Over time, these small daily actions compound, producing results far greater than sporadic bursts of effort ever could. The morning becomes not just a time to prepare for the day, but a ritual that shapes your mindset, sharpens your focus, and aligns your actions with your long-term vision. Positive habits instill a sense of control over your life. reinforcing the principle that success is not a matter of luck or circumstance, but the outcome of deliberate, consistent effort. They provide the stability and resilience needed to navigate challenges, adapt to change, and maintain forward momentum, ensuring that every day moves you closer to your highest potential. Habits are the invisible force that translates intention into reality, and by dedicating the early hours of each day to nurturing constructive routines, you transform not only the present moment, but the trajectory of your entire life. Embracing self-reflection. Each morning is one of the most powerful practices for personal growth, success, and clarity, because it allows you to examine your actions, thoughts, and decisions with honesty and insight. Reflection is not about self-criticism or dwelling on mistakes. It is about learning, adjusting, and refining your approach to life. When you take the time at the start of the day to review what occurred yesterday, what worked, what didn't, and why, you gain perspective that guides your decisions and actions in the present. The human mind is capable of immense learning when directed inward, and reflection transforms experience into understanding, turning ordinary moments into lessons that shape future success. Without reflection, people often repeat the same patterns, make avoidable errors, and fail to recognize opportunities for improvement. By regularly pausing to evaluate your choices, you identify strengths to build upon and weaknesses to address, creating a conscious pathway toward growth. Self-reflection cultivates awareness, helping you understand your motivations, triggers, and habits. It reveals the alignment, or lack thereof, between your actions and your long-term goals, allowing you to course-correct before small deviations become larger setbacks. In addition, reflection enhances decision-making. By examining past outcomes and the reasoning behind them, you develop sharper judgment, learn to anticipate consequences, and gain the ability to respond to challenges strategically rather than react impulsively. Reflection also strengthens emotional intelligence, because understanding your own thoughts and feelings improves your interactions with others, fosters empathy, and deepens self-control. Incorporating self-reflection into your morning routine ensures that your day begins with purpose and mindfulness, rather than distraction and chaos. Even a few minutes spent journaling, meditating, or mentally reviewing the previous day can clarify priorities, highlight opportunities, and reinforce the behaviors that produce results. Reflection also builds resilience because it encourages a growth mindset, the understanding that setbacks are temporary and instructive, rather than permanent and defining. Individuals who practice reflection consistently are more adaptable, patient, and persistent, able to learn from failure without losing motivation or confidence. It transforms challenges into stepping stones and mistakes into valuable feedback. Over time, self-reflection creates a habit of conscious living, where each day is approached with intention, awareness, and the desire to improve. Your actions become more deliberate, your focus sharper, and your goals more achievable. By embracing this practice in the morning, you not only enhance productivity and efficiency, but also cultivate inner clarity, wisdom, and control over your life. Reflection ensures that your efforts are aligned with your vision, your energy is invested in what truly matters, and your growth is continuous and sustainable. It turns experience into strategy, thought into insight, and daily routines into a roadmap for long-term success. That feeding your mind with knowledge every morning is one of the most important practices for personal growth, success, and the development of wisdom, because the information and ideas you absorb directly shape your thoughts, decisions, and opportunities. The human mind is like fertile soil, and what you plant in it determines the harvest of your life. Starting the day by intentionally consuming knowledge, through reading, listening to insightful podcasts, studying your craft, or engaging with meaningful content, sets a tone of growth and curiosity that influences every action you take afterward. Knowledge equips you to make better decisions, solve problems effectively, and recognize opportunities that others might overlook. The early hours of the day are particularly valuable for this practice because the mind is fresh, focused, and free from the distractions that accumulate as the day progresses. When you feed your mind with high-quality information, you strengthen your ability to think critically, reason logically, and innovate, creating a mental framework that supports achievement and success. Learning consistently develops mental agility, allowing you to adapt to change and respond strategically to challenges. It also increases confidence, because knowledge reduces uncertainty and equips you to act with clarity and authority. Knowledge is not limited to formal education. It includes practical insights, life lessons, philosophies, and skills that empower you to navigate the complexities of life and business. By cultivating the habit of learning each morning, you create a mental momentum that fuels productivity, creativity, and problem-solving throughout the day. Over time, the compound effect of daily learning is extraordinary. A few minutes of focused study each morning accumulates into expertise, deep understanding, and a perspective that distinguishes you from others who neglect their mental growth. Feeding the mind also encourages curiosity and open-mindedness, which are essential for innovation and personal development. It challenges assumptions, broadens horizons, and inspires new ways of thinking, allowing you to approach life with a sense of possibility rather than limitation. Moreover, knowledge strengthens discipline and focus, because the habit of dedicating time to learning trains the mind to prioritize long-term growth over immediate gratification. The ideas and insights you acquire early in the day influence your conversations, decisions, and interactions, creating a ripple effect that impacts both personal and professional life. Those who consistently invest in mental nourishment develop a mindset of continuous improvement, where learning becomes a lifelong pursuit, and every day presents an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. Knowledge empowers action, because informed individuals can identify solutions, make calculated decisions, and execute plans with confidence and precision. By feeding your mind each morning, you not only enhance your intellectual capacity, but also align your thoughts and actions with your goals, creating a life driven by insight, wisdom, and informed decisions. It transforms potential into ability, ideas into strategies, and ambition into tangible results. Visualizing success. Each morning is a powerful practice that transforms dreams into achievable goals by training the mind to perceive what is possible and align actions with that vision. The mind cannot distinguish vividly imagined experiences from reality. And when you take the time to mentally picture yourself accomplishing your objectives, you create a blueprint that guides your behavior, decisions, and energy throughout the day. Visualization is not mere wishful thinking. It is an active exercise in clarity, focus, and intentionality. By imagining success in detail, the sights, sounds, emotions, and steps involved, you program your subconscious to recognize opportunities, act decisively, and persist through challenges. When combined with commitment, visualization becomes a force that bridges the gap between intention and outcome, because the act of seeing yourself succeed instills a sense of inevitability, confidence, and responsibility. Commitment is what transforms the mental picture into tangible results. It is the understanding that success is not passive and that every action you take must support the vision you hold. The morning hours are ideal for this practice because the mind is fresh and highly receptive, making it easier to imprint a clear, powerful image of your goals. Visualization also strengthens motivation, because imagining the satisfaction, pride, and fulfillment that comes with achieving your objectives ignites a desire to act consistently, even when obstacles appear. It enhances problem solving, because when you have a clear vision of the outcome, you naturally consider creative strategies to overcome potential setbacks and stay on course. The combination of visualization and commitment reinforces resilience, as the mental rehearsal of success reminds you why persistence is necessary and inspires you to maintain focus despite difficulties. Repetition of this practice conditions the mind to expect progress, to anticipate achievement, and to adopt behaviors that align with the envisioned results. Visualization also improves clarity in decision-making, because when you clearly see the desired destination, you can evaluate choices based on whether they move you closer to or further from that goal. It develops mental discipline, teaching you to concentrate on what matters most and avoid distractions that could derail your path. The emotional aspect of visualization is equally important, because when you connect with the feelings associated with success, confidence, pride, excitement, and satisfaction, you generate a positive internal environment that supports productivity and determination. This emotional reinforcement strengthens commitment, making it easier to act consistently, embrace challenges, and maintain momentum. Over time, daily visualization combined with unwavering commitment produces a compounding effect, where small, consistent actions driven by a clear mental picture accumulate into significant achievements. The habit of starting each day by seeing yourself succeed and pledging to follow through aligns your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your goals, creating a powerful cycle where intention becomes reality, effort becomes consistent, and results become inevitable. In conclusion, the mornings you dedicate to purpose, action, positive habits, self-reflection, knowledge, and visualization are not just routines, they are the building blocks of a life transformed. Each day presents a fresh opportunity to shape your destiny, to take control of your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately, your results. The consistent application of these principles creates momentum that carries you toward your goals, turning small intentional steps into extraordinary achievements. Remember, change does not happen by chance. It is crafted deliberately, with focus, discipline, and belief in the possibilities that lie ahead. Good luck on your journey of transformation. May each morning bring you clarity, strength, and motivation to take action toward the life you envision. Thank you for committing your time and energy to growth, and may your efforts today become the foundation for a brighter, more successful tomorrow.